guys. Live? We're live. Awesome. So guys, welcome to the stream. As this says, it's sort of a rebuild, more of a cleaning of all the ESCs, and I have a standoff to replace. I hit a pole doing some freestyle, so the standoff right there is just screwed. It's bent horribly, so I'm gonna replace it. And I have some older standoffs that I think are gonna be pretty clutch. Let me find them. In the end, I've got some standoffs like this. They're green. They're sort of an off green, but they're the right height. Oh yes, yes. So I have 4 of them. One of them's bent though. I think I'm only gonna replace the front two, keep everything looking consistent. So what we're gonna need to do this is me to go in my toolbox and actually, have tools. 2mm Allen wrench. Probably some pliers. Probably not, actually. Loctite, standoffs. To clean it, I'm going to use some 91% isopropyl rubbing alcohol. And I actually like using toothbrush heads. So that's how we're going to clean it. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get to it. So anyone watching like in the future, not currently, this is a live stream. This is sort of a thing I'm going to start doing with builds and anything like that, is live streaming for you guys, probably just here on YouTube. Might go over to Twitch if it proves beneficial, which so far it really hasn't. I just built myself a new office, so I'm super happy I actually have a good place to be streaming, everything like that. I'm pumped, man. So how are you guys tonight? If anyone's actually watching. It'd be kind of sad if people were watching. It's like 4:30 a.m. right now. I just needed to get this done. Couldn't fall asleep, so great time to just come in a new workspace and tear apart a quad. I was gonna do a full resolder. Oh, that is something I need to do. I'm having some issues with my X4R. I think it's starting to be on its way out. Not much longer for this world. If I was smart, I would have taken the GoPro out of this. That's if I was smart. So, on a quick side note, I have a new X4R. So, makes that easy. GoPro. We're gonna replace the, oh god, there it is, the X4R, and this as well, just because it's dead. I randomly get flips out of it, and that's just another thing I'm doing. I'm getting rid of the plate antennas, actually having nice antennas on this thing, so I'm gonna have to grab some heat shrink to do that, but there are worse things. That's one of the worst things. That breaking again. God damn. Apparently I need to get a new CM650 Mini, because, yeah. Freestyle and racing is pretty hard on quads. The rest of it's there. So at least the angle's held. My Lux was starting to come off as well. This is why I check my quad, well, all my quads, every week. Make sure everything's attached still, everything's good. I might actually go over into OBS and try and global sources. Let me try and zoom in a little here. There it is. Where's autofocus? Turn that off, so now it's focused here. Awesome. Now you guys can actually see what I'm doing. tighten down all 4 of these. Gotta take this off, unplug it, put a new one in. Super sad. In other news, I finally got around to buying this. So my fixed wing platform, which is up there, I'm not gonna point it out. My fixed wing platform is actually doing a thing, which is nice. I'd rather have the fixed wing platform able to fly, which it will be soon. So you can expect some fixed wing content pretty soon here. Oh god, I need pliers. Okay. Keep a death grip on this standoff while I get this out. God. So it's super sad that this actually ended up happening, but oh well. It's a dead standoff. It's hollow. I might make a necklace out of it. For no reason at all, but hey. We're all a bit crazy. Grab that standoff. There we go. Good pliers. This one's still good. I'll go in the standoff bin. So there's a bit of a hack I'm going to do for mounting the antennas on this that you'll see, that I'm sure you've seen elsewhere. Probably going to have to like get up, go grab zip ties in the middle of this shit. But no one's perfect. These landing gear I put on are coming off, which is beautiful. Not really, it's pretty shitty, but oh well. So I might as well cut them off, make them look nice. Of course, just scar the shit out of the carbon while I do it. Why not? So now what I'm going to have to do, which is where this gets fun, is reveal the antennas that are on this. Which I only say is shitty because they're mounted in the most pain in the ass fashion. So I did not want them going anywhere. Electrical tape's not the easiest thing to get off of itself. And of course that one's fine. That one just comes out so easy. Not this one. There it is. Go ahead and peel these off. I might put the landing gears on, I don't know. Landing gears, fucking the skids on, I'm not entirely sure yet. For now, I'm just replacing these antennae. Not the antenna, I'm replacing the entire receiver. This thing's sad. Dead. It's had better days. Much better days. I mean, I'll hold on to it, but it'll get its own little bin up there. Sorry you couldn't see much there. At least I'm talking. So before I do anything else, I'm gonna go ahead and clean all these electronics some. So I normally don't use a new head, but that's what I have sort of laying around right now. Go ahead and peel this off. I'll put some more double-sided tape down. Okay. So, first things first. I'm going to pour a little bit of this in the cap. Just like that. So a good place to get from. Soak some into this and then just go to town. Making sure everything's good and clean. it's more of just an appearance thing. It doesn't really benefit performance all that much to have clean parts, unless you consider the mental aspect, having a nice clean quad, just the mental like pick me up. So the reason I prefer toothbrush heads is because a lot of people say use like a copper brush or something, and while that's all good, I've never had an issue with it. I'd rather use something like this that has much softer bristles that aren't really going to try to compromise the structural integrity of anything on the PDB. I'm not saying it will, I'm saying it can. They're gonna get re-oiled anyways. But yeah, the reason I do this is just to have a nice pretty quad. It'll all dry off. It's rubbing alcohol, it'll evaporate into the air around me. Yeah, that's fun. So that's that. That's nice and clean. That's taken care of. I'm going to go run and grab some of my zip ties real quick. So what I'm about to do, something I ripped off Rotor Riot with no shame. Something Chad, Final Glide, and Steel, Mr. Steel, do a lot. They take zip ties, they mount them like that, and bend them back so that it basically holds your antenna. That's all it does. It's just one on each of the back posts. Heat shrink it, done. I don't know how much I trust it. Probably gonna slice through some antennas, but you know what? We'll give it a try. Is this the right size? It's a bit small. Do I have larger heat shrink? I do. So we're going to ignore that I just dropped this LiPo. And be happy that I found the right size heat shrink. And scissors. Scissors and lighter. Oh, lighter's over there. Scissors are what I need right now. Just cut a few of these lengths. Or sorry, a couple of these lengths. There we go. Those will go on there like so. All the way down, flush, so we'll trim them a little. I'm gonna have them the same size just because it looks good. There we go. Okay, so that's that. And then we're gonna go ahead and put these through. I had to think for a second there and hope that it's still the right height. This heat shrink is so small. This heat shrink just is not having it, man. Gotta feed this through the heat shrink. Working the heat shrink down. How am I gonna put an antenna through this? I hope this is not the largest heat shrink I have, or I'm pretty screwed. On this idea, at least. Let's find out if I have larger heat shrink. It's the size I'm using. No, I don't have larger heat shrink. We're gonna hack it a little. cut it in half. It also gives it the right curve. That's pretty awesome. Makes the zip tie totally unusable, like to do anything else with, but it's just an antenna mount now, so I really don't care. As long as I can now slide this down, I'm golden. So we'll see if I can slide this down. So if I can't, that's just sad. If I can, that's awesome. Yeah, boy. There it is. Just like that. There we go. That's one of them done. I'm going to try and do the same thing I just did, but with this. Just going to involve some black magic. So I can do it with this one. There we go. Awesome. Cool, so I don't need to use this shitty ass small one. I did just totally destroy this heat shrink doing that though. So that's like that. I'm gonna go ahead and actually heat shrink this. Heat shrink. Okay. So that's that bit of that done. So that isn't going to go anywhere. This is going in the trash. Grab another zip tie. Repeat this process with length of heat shrink that isn't totally destroyed. Takes a lot of doing, but eventually you get there. Eventually. Being the operative phrase. Okay. There it is. And once it starts going, it goes. Just a matter of starting it. Line it up. Heat it. Okay, so that's that part of that. Now we're going to go grab some mounting tape so we can mount this new receiver. We're going to have to bind it. It's going to suck, but that's why I leave the top of it exposed so it can be bound relatively easy later. By that I mean I can go in and just, bind it. I don't know where I was taking that. I have to remember the binding procedure. That was really convenient. Threw everything out because it slid into the trash can. That's a useful cable to keep. And here's the X4R SB. S-bus port, signal to SB. One day I'll be able to peel this stuff without a tool. One day. So we'll open it. Come on. There we go. Where did I put it? Plugged in, of course. Why wouldn't it be exactly where it needs to be? There we go. That's mounted, and then these antennae will just go up their respective tube. Okay. That's where this comes in. a little long. So we'll cut it. Cut another section the same length. And we'll test fit. Hopefully it fits. We'll see. Oh, and it's raining out. It sounds like it is. Cool. So then this will get heat shrunk. That one's done. Now we go do this one. We'll heat shrink them. Be done with this madness. There it is. Then we heat shrink these. First off like this. It'll want to curve some naturally just because the heat shrink bending down. That's how we want it, to be totally honest. Then we do the next one. Just like that. Get that curve going. Heat the other side. And the back. And nope. Come on. There we are. Those are two antennae. And then for a last touch, it's generally pretty safe practice to put a second layer over if you can fit it, which is sometimes pretty difficult. But in my case, I think I'd be able to, at least to make the base more rigid. So just cut two more lengths of the heat shrink. Slide it on down. Come on. This is your new home. Go to it. Or go size up. That's too much of a size up. Oh no, it's not. Is it? Will this fit? Oh, this will fit nicely. Okay, so we'll use this stuff. Slightly larger heat shrink. Got two lengths of it. Slide them over, making sure they go all the way down to where they're not going to interfere with anything in too large of a fashion, and then shrink them. presto. There it is. They're actually nice and rigid. For the most part. I mean, I'll fix it up once I put the top plate back on. Put some zip ties down for tensioning. Then these two green standoffs are going up front. This one is not the nicest. Oh, that one's worse. That one's bent. So what is these two? That we'll be using, at least. Already some Loctite on these threads. I might put some more on, we'll see. Depends on how easy. No, this needs Loctite. So, the fact that it needs Loctite is no biggie. We just go take some Loctite, put a drop on it. A little bit of Loctite goes a long way, trust me. So much effort it took to get these suckers off. And we'll screw it down and be done. Same thing on this side. Tiny little bit of drop of I can't speak. Tiny little drop of Loctite. Standoff goes on. Tighten down the bolt. Done. It's everything new mounted as well. Oh wow, that was quick and easy and painless. And I love it when stuff happens the way it's supposed to. It's nice. So, now we're going to take our crippled camera, put the top plate back on, having cleaned everything, checked all our bolts, connections, everything checked out. So we're going to take this, key the side back into it that came out, and put it back in here. This is good, that's not. Make sure it finds its home alright. Which it did. Slide this on. Slide everything into place. I'll try to occasionally have to use a bit of pressure and persuasion. Not a lot, just a little bit. Especially with these mounted now. Gonna have to use a little bit of coercing to get these things in. And totally mounted the way they need to be. But after you do, you're gonna end up with a quad that flies a whole lot better. I know I still have to bind this crap, but that's easy enough. Being careful not to over tighten anything. Almost said everything. Being careful not to over tighten anything. Making sure all of our carbon fiber parts that key into something are in fact keying into place. Which some of them aren't. Because why would a quad build ever be straightforward and easy? It's just against the rules of building a quad. That's really weird. There it is. Key in. Okay, so that's keyed in. I think everything's keyed in. I'm just going to do the mid standoffs for now. Go back and look and make sure everything's keyed in after we get these in place. bend out. That's not okay. Come on. Which way do you need to go home? This way. I believe in you. Just this one. Just this one. You can do it. Does that sound progress? Or is it alright? I can't tell. Oh, we'll see after I... Okay. Standoffs are a bit short. That's not just a bit depressing. I'm gonna have to live with short standoffs. There's just that one. Same height. Same height. Tiny bit taller. They're like 1 or 2 mil too short. So this is going to put a lot of unnecessary strain on this carbon. But it might actually make the frame fly a tiny bit better. Or just shatter altogether, one of the two. I can find standoffs of this size though. At 1 mil though. That irks me. It's such a deep level. But everything appears to have keyed into place. No, that hasn't. Come on. Unless that standoff just broke. I think that piece of carbon just bit the dust. Maybe? It's so loose though. No, the other ones are that loose. It won't key in. Work with me, damn it. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, it works. Sorry that that camera was so zoomed in right then that you couldn't see what I was doing. Okay, so final touches. Finally. Just plug back where it goes, make sure my antenna's good, my VTX is good, everything's mounted alright. Yeah, that's what I want to do. No, it's not. These are good. I say now. I'm gonna start hauling ass and I'm just gonna go into the prop. I can figure that out real quick though. No, I can't because the props are in the other room. But yeah. So that's the new look for the QAV. I'm actually quite fond of it. As soon as this frame actually dies, I'm gonna get a QAVR 5-inch. Put all these electronics on it. That'll be a cool build log. In my opinion. It's nice to see new electronics on this though, new receiver, all that. I'm super pleased with the way this turned out. Everything's nice and clean now. But yeah, for those of you watching the stream, thanks for watching. For those of you watching this as a rerun, I hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions, go ahead and comment. If you liked the video, don't forget to like it, or dislike it if you disliked it. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video. Tell your friends about us, anyone that might be having a bit of trouble. Sorry, it was kind of a dull video. It's 5:05 a.m. I'm tired, but I wanted to do this for you guys. So thanks for being awesome, guys. Thanks for supporting us. As I said, subscribe if you haven't, share the video, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, Wolfgang, signing out. Stay awesome, guys. Now to end the stream, and you all can still hear me. Woo! Alright, guys. I'll catch you later. Thanks for being awesome. That's still open. I hate OBS.